Hey guys, it's Alert here, back again with another review, and today we're having a look at the Marvel Legends Lizard Build-A-Figure Wave Spider-Man Noir. Let's get into it. Alrighty guys, and as I said before, today we're having a look at Spider-Man Noir. I had to do that once. Part of the recently released, at least in my area, Lizard Wave from Marvel Legends. I'm pretty smitten with this wave outside of frickin' Prowler so far. Spider-Punk was better than anticipated. He was highly anticipated because when you come with a Dio hand, I kind of get these things called expectations. But that's besides the point. Yeah, outside of Prowler, I've really had no issues with these. I mean, I did have one with Spider-Punk. His butterfly joint didn't work on the right side, which seems to be common with that mold. But it just started to work earlier today as I'm filming this, so that of course being Saturday, but that's besides the point. But Spider-Man Noir here, in terms of his accessories, well, one accessory does come with the left arm. I believe it's this one. Please forgive me if I screwed up the arms. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is it. Same articulation as the other one. You know, it's got the disc, got the swivel, the hinge there, and then the wrist hinge, swivel, and hinge. I keep doing them in backwards, but he does come with that. Nice little club too, if you want. But with that being said, let's take a closer look at the accessories he came with that are, well, for him and him alone. Alrighty, and taking a closer look at Spidey Noir's accessories, he comes with two of these. Hold on here, get it in focus. Futuristic pistols, which were first released with the Chameleon. Now, it's funny, Hasbro's decision making. If you all know, there's a figure out from the Deadpool wave known as the Paladin. It's a piece of crap, but that's besides the point. He should have came with these, not the revolver pistols. But because I did a trade recently, well, I say recently, probably about a month or two ago, with a fellow collector on Instagram, I got a couple of these. So these will definitely be replacing the guns he came with, because the guns he came with make no freaking sense for the character. So, granted, these are gummy, and I wish they weren't. I'd say if you want non-gummy ones, probably the Bucky Cap. The first Bucky Cap ever made. I don't think his are. And then he does come with the trench coat, which we have seen with Nick Fury's and Red Skull's, and I believe a Punisher at one point. So this one does not flare out as much, which I kind of like. And getting it on him is a bit of a chore, but we will look at that in just a moment, because before we do that, we need to take a look at his articulation. And taking a closer look at Spidey Noir's articulation, without the coat, it is the same as Ghost Rider, which I did review a couple weeks ago at this point. He's got the hinge in the neck, swivel, a little bit of play there, but you can pop the head off. You want to be careful. You don't want to pop the neck off, which can happen. It is a little loosey-goosey there, but that does fit the Red Skull head without the lips, and there's some schmutzies on that I might have to snip off, but nothing the X-Acto knife can't handle. But there you go. Nice and slick. Shoulder joints, they move out a decent amount. About that far. Full 360. Bicep rotation, double jointed elbow, super stiff just like the Ghost Rider. Swivel at the wrist, hinge at the wrist, ab crunch. 2 clicks forward, 1 click back. Waist cut, T-jointed hips, they move out a little bit. They move forward, back, thigh cut. Double joint at the knee, and a hinge or a rocker joint at the foot, as well as a hinge, which is super stiff. So again, these Marvel Legends are hit or miss. I don't remember these boots, actually, so these might be new. They might be Star-Lord's, but I'm not sure. I also don't remember these lower arms. These could just be Ghost Riders, and I'm just a nincompoop and don't realize it, but they might be. They might not be. But he does have a holster there. The guns he comes with, I don't think fit in there, which is kind of stupid when you think about it. Well, it does, but what you really want to do is you want to take one of these bad boys and stick it in there. Goes in nice and easy. Stays in nice and tight. And is in there all the way. So that is good. And does not fall out, mind you. But what fun is that? He needs to be shooting fools. But the one last thing we need to look at is his coat. His coat here. Getting this thing on can be a bit of a chore. But if you straighten his arms out, have him point him back, spread the coat out, slide his arms in, should be able to slide the coat right on. And we had the same problem in the Spider-Punk review where we had a bit of a failure to communicate. So I said it once, I'll say it again. Slide the coat right on. There you go. Look at that. This shoulder bit's a little hard to get past, but there you go. I had to take it behind camera and do it. But there. Spidey Noir is all suited up and ready to go blast some fools. So, that being said, that is it for his articulation and interacting with his accessories, I guess. Time to do some quick size comparisons. Alrighty, and starting off with the usual size comparisons, here is Spidey Noir next to Pizza Spidey, Doco Deadpool. A little off center, but it's what we have. Yeah, I say he fits in well. Again, this Deadpool is way too tall. I need to swap him out eventually, but until then, we'll just deal with his freaking tall butt. But, yeah, other than that, I think he scales nicely with the other Spider-Man. Obviously, he doesn't really look like a Spider-Man, character either. But that's okay, because being different is not a bad thing. So, moving on to some more size comparisons. And last but not least, here is Spider-Man Noir next to the other figures of this wave I have already reviewed. No, that is still the same messed up Prowler, I should say. But as you can see, he's about on par with Spider-Punk there in terms of height, because Spider-Punk does have some pumped up kicks. Who'd have thought? Well, with that being said, time to move on to final thoughts. Coming down with final thoughts on this guy, and as basic and generic and non-exciting really he is, I absolutely love this figure. I don't know what it is, but just something about it is really, really cool. Maybe less is more in this case. He definitely fits a kind of Snake Eyes, was it Commando Snake Eyes or whatever? The one in the trench coat, that type of persona. And definitely has multiple uses. I mean, slap a Red Skull head on this, you got the perfect Red Skull. That, and I think the body lends itself to good use most of the time, because Star-Lord and Ghost Riders, the only other figures I have on this body at the moment, were really great figures. So I think this body is just refusing to show its age, and it gets better and better as it progresses. So with that being said, I have to give this guy, because I don't have really, outside of his guns being what they are, which I remedied that earlier in the video. Aside from that, I'm going to give this guy 9 out of 10. A little better than Spider-Punk. A little better than Lasher, who were, I think, both 9s. But, yeah, so really, really dig this guy. I'm not sure why. Maybe my buddy Dismania65 can explain to me why this thing is so cool, but it just is. it is what it is, and what it is freaking sweet. So, with that being said, if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.